Okay, headed to the gym today for some accessory destruction. I said deconstruction. I'm going to hit some calves, hit some more forearms than what I already did for the week because, I mean, it's forearms, you can't have too much forearms. And then I'm going to maybe hit some hamstrings. I didn't do hamstrings this week, but I don't know. I might just save that because I don't want to be weak for squats coming up on Wednesday. Because I'm still sore in my quads. So, I think I really do enjoy putting the dumbbell on your knee. I don't know what that's called, wrist curls. It's a great way to get a good forearm pump. I just like doing that for set after set after set until I hit failure with each set, heavy weight. And then I think I'm gonna do some cable. It's not quite a push down, but you just kind of sit there with it, rock it back and forth, real slow and controlled. It's a great way to get a good pump. I think, also reverse wrist curls is really important because that's going to give you up here. That's what's important there. And from there, I mean, I'm not really sure. I think calves, just some seated calf raises. I know standing are better, but the gym doesn't have that machine, so I'm going to rig up the Smith machine more than likely. Hit some calves. And then, I mean, I really don't think you need much more for calves. Maybe instead of a standing machine, I will do a leg press. I would rather do that just because I don't have to get up under a Smith machine and stack crap under my feet and all that kind of crap. So, but holy crap, the parking lot is absolutely crowded. Must be something going on. Well, it's not going to get in the way of the pump. If it does, then we got to start taking people out. So, all right, well, I think that's pretty much the goal right now. It's whether or not I can find a parking spot. I've already been fueled up with the Alani, so now we just move on forward. Oh crap, there's no parking anywhere. Whatever am I gonna do? This is horrible. This is absolutely terrible. Oh crap, there's freaking people everywhere. What the frick? Dang, what's going on, man? Must be something going on that I'm not aware of. Either way, that's the goal. That's what we're gonna do. Get in, get a nasty forearm pump, feel some heat in my forearms, and then get out, because you don't need to spend that long. I don't need to spend that long in there. So, all right, well, that's the goal. Let's get in there. Okay, starting with forearms. This 40 right here. All right, good and stretched out now. Now, let's lift. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. You're so far away. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna do it over the bench. All right. Okay. Okay. Next set. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, moving on to the other side of your forearms. And when it comes down to accessory work like this, I like to make sure I'm keeping my other body parts straight, so I can ensure that I'm just lifting the way that I want to lift. I feel like this move is gonna it's gonna be what gives you more of your size. Okay, let's keep going. Feel the heat radiating through your forearm, that's how you know. Let's go to the next movement. Okay. Go here. Just use the one that I have to pull down wire going. Curl it from there. So that way I don't have to come back up to the top, rest. I can just keep constant tension on at all times. Take it easy, man. Okay. Okay. Switch that up. Hit a reverse movement, and then really prioritize that reverse, and then move on to some calves, I think. Let's do it. Okay. Now, with some reverse curls, gonna have to wait just a little bit. Some kind of concert going on over there. I don't know what the deal is. I was walking in and security comes up to me and they go, "Trying to get in?" I'm like, "You can barely get to the gym. There's a big old line of people out there." Okay, let's do one more of those. We'll move on. I think it really comes down to squeezing with your pinkies, letting the tension go on these fingers, squeezing with your pinkies, getting that squeeze going, really gets that pump moving. So let's see. I think now move on to calves. So actually, I'm gonna do one more set of these, then I'll move on to calves. So let's knock it out. All right, let's move on to calves. Okay, goal here, I've had to recently kind of figure out is to not focus so much about going heavy. Use a weight you can still get a solid stretch without compromising the squeeze at the top. And usually I don't do too many of these, I just do about 3 or 4 sets to failure. So that's the goal here. obviously. Bump it up to a plate. Okay, I figure heavier the weight, more recruitment, therefore in turn, better gains. Never skip leg day, or accessories for that matter. Accessories, what balance out your physique, and your proportion. So when you skip them, you're only doing yourself a disservice. Frick, guys, broke the freaking machine. Okay, let's say we repair this, rack the weights, cut out that last set, let's call it a day. All right, a nice little workout there. Did not film every set because it was essentially the same 4 to 5, no, not even. It's about the same 4 movements over and over, and that wasn't very fun. So I think it would be pretty boring to have just a bunch of sets of the same thing. But I will say, word to the wise, don't get involved in concert parking, because the biggest workout of the night is getting out of here, without a shadow of a doubt. Golly, son. Ooh. Got it. That's great. Add that on top to a great pump. Golly. So, in terms of forearm growth, I don't know whether or not volume is the answer or frequency is the answer. I would say both, because a lot like the calves, your forearms are going to be a slow twitch muscle. Obviously, I can't do a lot of calves. I try and do as much as I can, but I've done calves to the point where I do so much in a day, thinking, oh yeah, you just gotta overload them. You just gotta kill it. And then I can't walk for a week, and like literally can't put my foot down to the ground, and that's not what we want at all. So I had to stop myself a little early on calves, just load up the weight, go to the point where it's, really intense. Forearms, however, who cares if you're sore? That's part of it. So I think with forearms, it just comes down to being willing to actually sit there and do the work, being actually willing to sit there and do your reverse curls and do your regular curls. Even if I'm at work, I'll grab a dumbbell, just go sit at my desk, and just sit there and curl over and over again, because I have nothing better to do. I mean, I think that's the best thing. If you've got, 10 minutes, what am I gonna get done in 10 minutes? Nothing. Take 10 minutes out of your day, do some forearm work, make it intense, because I feel like forearms can be kind of like the lost muscle group. You can have, 20-inch arms. Sure, I guess if you have 20-inch arms, your forearms are going to be big no matter what. Just from the pump on the side. But really dedicate time to your forearms, and really just drive that weight in there, and make sure you're making time for it, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I'll tell you what, one of the biggest things with proportions is forearms. You double bicep, you look at like classic pros like Ramon Dino. I mean, his forearms are freaking massive, which is, in his case, genetic. But you can't tell me he hasn't done forearm days on his own, right? So I think that whenever you give yourself time and make room in your schedule, whether it be forearm day on its own, or whether it be accessory day on its own, whatever you're doing, make time for it, because it's those things that are going to complete your physique. And I think in terms of when you work out your calves, I think it really just comes down to being willing to actually do the work. Calves are so unbelievably slow twitch that unless you overload them to the point of exhaustion, you're not going to do a lot. That's why these guys that go to the Army have such big calves, is because they run everywhere. So by the time they come back from basic training, their calves are just freaking huge. So I think it's just pushing your calves to their limit, but doing it smart so that you're not unable to walk by the end of the day. Because waking up the next morning from working out calves and not being able to walk is not a good feeling. So I think it just comes down to your accessories are going to be what completes your physique. You're only as strong as your weakest link. So I think that's what's going to do you the most good. But so now it's just a matter of going home and eating some good food, resting up, coming back Monday for chest. And I got so sore from the last chest workout, so that means we're doing something right. But now it's just time to head home, get some rest, ice up over the weekend, and call it a day. We put in our work today, so see you next chest day.